The 10 Floors of Obedience. A life inside the kingdom of silence. You are not born with freedom. You are born with a rank. Before your mother even holds you, before your father whispers your name, the state already knows who you are allowed to become. Somewhere inside a gray government building, a file waits with your bloodline stamped across it like a curse. In the Republic of Daehan, loyalty is inherited. So is guilt. Your grandfather once disappeared during the border war. Maybe he traded with foreigners. Maybe he owned books that were later banned. Maybe he prayed in secret. Maybe he simply asked the wrong question at the wrong time. It does not matter. His stain becomes your destiny. Level 1, the broken class ***. You belong to the lowest caste. People call your district the Forgotten Mountains. Officials call it Zone 47. Nobody important has ever visited. You live in a collapsing village surrounded by mines and frozen fields. The roads are dirt. The houses are wood and rusted metal patched together with hope and rope. You will never see the capital city of Hanseong. You will never attend university. You will never own land. You will never speak freely. Your future was decided generations ago. At 13, you begin hauling coal underground beside men whose lungs already sound dead. At 16, your hands crack open from chemical fertilizer and winter frost. By 25, your spine feels 60. When food shortages come, and they always come, you are the first to starve. Your family survives on bark porridge, boiled weeds, and rats caught in homemade traps. Sometimes your mother pretends she already ate so you and your little sister can split one more bowl. At night, you hear rumors. A farmer vanished after criticizing a local official. A woman disappeared for listening to foreign music. A teenage boy was caught crossing the river into China. Entire families erased. 3 generations punished together. Grandparents. Parents. Children. All sent to labor colonies where people dig until their bodies collapse beside the tunnels. Nobody returns. So you learn the first rule of survival. Never speak more than necessary. Never look angry. Never look curious. Never let your thoughts reach your face. Level 2, the watched. You are not hated by the state. But you are not trusted either. Your father worked in a factory. Your mother once made a careless remark during a ration shortage. Somebody remembered. Now your family exists in the middle ground, tolerated, observed, replaceable. You live in a crowded apartment block in a small industrial city. Electricity arrives for 2 or 3 hours a night if the generators work. You are allowed to become a nurse, a clerk, maybe a schoolteacher. But never anything important. Never military command. Never the capital. Never influence. Inside every apartment hangs the portrait of Marshal Jean Tae-sung, the eternal protector. You clean the frame every morning because dust on his image can become a political offense. Every week your neighborhood gathers for reflection hour. One by one, people stand and confess their failures. You admit you lacked revolutionary spirit at work. Your neighbor admits she felt selfish envy. An old man confesses he fell asleep during a patriotic broadcast. Everyone confesses something. Those who confess nothing are suspicious. Those who confess too much are dangerous. You must master the perfect amount of guilt. Meanwhile, informers sit quietly among you, writing reports. Sometimes they are your friends. Sometimes your husband. Sometimes your own child hoping for a better future. Level 3, the faithful ****. Your bloodline is clean. Your grandfather fought beside the founder during the liberation campaign decades ago. His loyalty became your inheritance. For the first time, life feels stable. You own a refrigerator that only works half the week. You have proper shoes. Your apartment has hot water twice a month. You watch state television every evening, triumphant music, endless military parades, smiling factory workers praising the wisdom of Supreme Marshal Kang Dae-jin. You believe most of it. Or maybe you force yourself to. Because disbelief is terrifying. Your children attend good schools. If they study hard and pass ideological examinations, they may someday work in Hanseong itself. That possibility becomes the center of your life. Every meal, every achievement, every survival is described as a gift from the state. And slowly, after hearing it since birth, gratitude begins to feel real. Level 4, the party loyalist ***. Now you wear the silver pin of the National Unity Party. Only a fraction of citizens ever receive one. Membership changes everything. Special grocery stores. Imported medicine. Real coffee. Chocolate from overseas. Your apartment becomes larger. Your clothing improves. Doors literally open for you that remain locked to ordinary citizens. But privilege comes with chains. You attend endless ideological meetings. You memorize speeches by the Supreme Marshal and his father before him. You donate part of your salary to the party. Most importantly, you report people. The system survives because fear travels faster than truth. If your coworker jokes about food shortages, you report it. If your cousin questions military spending, you report it. If your wife whispers doubts at night, you decide whether love matters more than survival. Most choose survival. Level 5, the regional director ***. Now you have power. Real power. You oversee thousands of workers in a steel plant or manage agricultural quotas across an entire province. Your signature affects lives. But power inside Daehan is poison. Because every failure becomes yours. Flood. Your fault. Starvation. Your fault. Low production numbers. Your fault. The Supreme Marshal is never wrong. The system is never flawed. Only officials fail. So everyone lies. Factories report impossible productivity. Farmers fake harvest totals. Engineers hide machinery failures. Deaths vanish from records. The entire nation becomes a tower built from fabricated numbers. And somewhere at the top, the leadership pretends to believe them. Level 6, the capital elite ***. You live in Hanseong now. To outsiders, the city looks magnificent. Glass towers. Massive boulevards. Bright monuments glowing red at night. Foreign diplomats visit and believe they are seeing prosperity. They never visit the villages where children eat tree bark. Your apartment has reliable electricity. Your children learn foreign languages. You own an imported sedan and dine at restaurants unavailable to ordinary citizens. For the first time, life resembles luxury. Yet surveillance follows you everywhere. Hidden microphones. Secret police in cafes. Informers in elevators. Every conversation is dangerous. One wrong friendship can destroy your bloodline forever. The higher you rise, the thinner the ice beneath your feet becomes. Level 7, the generals ***. Your chest shines with medals. Some earned. Some gifted. Some meaningless. You command divisions of the People's Defense Army, one of the largest militaries on earth. But the truth is ugly. Your soldiers are starving teenagers. Your tanks barely run. Your fighter jets are relics from another century. The military exists less to fight wars than to frighten enemies and control citizens. Still, generals live like kings. Private villas. Imported whiskey. Luxury cars smuggled through secret ports. Military-controlled businesses funnel wealth directly into your hands. But even generals disappear. One day a commander applauds too slowly during a speech. The next day he is gone. No explanation. No funeral. No trace. The message is simple. Power belongs only to the throne. Everyone else borrows it temporarily. Level 8, the Black Chamber ***. Now you work near the center. Inside the Internal Security Directorate. The most feared institution in the nation. Here, the lies become impossible to ignore. You read classified famine reports. You see execution orders. You study photographs before officials are erased from history. You know millions suffered while state television celebrated historic abundance. You attend meetings with Supreme Marshal Kang Dae-jin himself. You never speak unless invited. You laugh when he laughs. You clap when he claps. You once watched a minister disappear after suggesting economic reform. 3 days later, his face vanished from newspapers, textbooks, even family photographs. As if he had never existed. That is real power. The ability to erase memory itself. Level 9, the Bloodline ***. You belong to the ruling family. The House of Khan. In public, the nation worships you like royalty. In private, you live like prisoners wearing silk. You vacation overseas under fake names. You have seen Paris, Moscow, Singapore. You know the outside world is not starving. You know the propaganda is fiction. But knowledge becomes its own prison. Because the family survives only through absolute obedience. Brothers betray brothers. Uncles vanish. Cousins die mysteriously. Every relative is both family and threat. The dynasty survives through paranoia. And paranoia consumes everyone eventually. Level 10, the Supreme Marshal ***. You are Kang Dae-jin. Your portrait hangs in every classroom. Children bow before your image before learning to read. Millions cry when you appear in public. Millions fear you more than death. You command missiles capable of destroying cities. You own palaces, armored trains, private islands, underground bunkers. You can order executions with a sentence. Yet you trust no one. Not your wife. Not your advisors. Not your guards. Every smile around you feels rehearsed. Every compliment sounds hollow. You wonder if anyone has ever truly loved you, or only feared you. At night, alone inside a palace larger than some villages, you watch recordings of crowds worshipping you. And for one terrible moment, you wonder whether you are a god. Or merely the final prisoner in the largest cage on earth. Outside, snow falls across the mountains. In a forgotten village, a child is born. An official opens a file. A rank is assigned. A life is decided. And the machine continues turning.